I practiced all my answers and I knew what to say. But when I saw how they reacted to my answers, I knew that I had blown it. They were not buying it. I'm Danielle Bradley. I'm a career coach for mid-career professionals, and many are getting interviews, but they are not landing the offer. And the problem here is not your qualifications. It's how you're showing up in your interviews. So I'm going to share the 5 strategies that land the offer. Strategy number 1, you want to own your value, not just your answers. Most people think that interview prep means memorizing your perfect answers or writing them all out and trying to capture them all in your head before you get to the interview. The words matter less than the belief behind them. What do I mean by this? The way that you show up in an interview and how you're thinking and feeling impact the interview even just as much, if not more, than the words that you're saying. You see, the interviewer on the other side, they perceive not just the words that you're saying, but the energy that you have, the body language that you have, and they can pick up on some subtle clues, even subconsciously. And so if you own your value, if you truly believe that you have so much to offer for the role that you're interviewing for at the company, it's going to make a huge difference well beyond just how you're answering the questions. Strategy number 2 is you want to make sure that you update your stories for today's market. If you are bringing stories that are from 10 to 15 years ago, or that may just not be relevant to the specific role that you're interviewing for, that is not going to help you to land the offer. It's all about positioning. And the more relevant your stories are, and they can be recent as well, they will land in a much better way than if you were using some stories that are so old they are no longer relevant. Number 3 is you want to proactively address objections before they become deal breakers. You see, hiring managers are going to be thinking certain things as they're interviewing different candidates. They're not always going to voice the specific objections that they may have to certain folks that are interviewing. And so you want to get into their heads. Don't wait for them to bring it up. Address it proactively. Our client Derek had been with the same company for about 14 years, and he was about to turn 50, and he also wanted to potentially change industries. He was in the gift industry. So his concern was that maybe they were not going to understand how he could deliver results for them in a different industry that he'd never been in. He was also concerned because he was about to turn 50 that there could be some age discrimination going on. So we addressed these things head on. I coached him to bring up stories of a time where he had been able to quickly learn a new business and deliver results very quickly and learning a lot on his own. He also was able to successfully show through his interview stories that he was very tech savvy, overcoming that potential objection that people have, thinking people of a certain age in their 50s and above maybe are not really good with technology. So he would go out of his way to share some examples that demonstrated that he was really up to date with all the tech of today. As a result, he was able to land an exciting new role in the healthcare industry and successfully making that pivot. Number 4 is you want to position yourself as the solution, not as a candidate. So this is the mindset shift. Most people walk into an interview thinking that they are a candidate out of many. But when you instead show up as the problem solver, it makes all the difference. After all, there's a job opening because they have problems that they need to solve. The more that you can position yourself as the solution provider, the more likely you are to get an offer. Our client Steve had been with the same company for almost 20 years. Landing a new role in mid or even late career seemed impossible. But when he really started to shift from thinking that he's a candidate to being the solution provider, he paid close attention to what they were sharing throughout the interview process. They do share a lot about the problems that they're having, and he was able to cleverly position himself as the solution provider, as the problem solver, and that helped him to land the job offer in an industry that he had no experience in previously. Number 5 is you want to prep your state, not just your notes. We touched on this already, right? How you're thinking and feeling walking into the interview will have an impact on your interview. If you're walking in feeling nervous, anxious, maybe defeated because you've had so much rejection in your job search, which is normal, unfortunately, your state is going to impact your performance. We want to make sure that we work through that so that we can show up as our best self, so that we can access our best answers to all the questions that will come up. Another thing around this that I see people worry about is that they worry about appearing arrogant. They are genuinely humble and they find it difficult to share the stories. They feel like maybe it'll be perceived as bragging. However, a job interview is not the time to be overly humble. You want to make sure that you confidently share the results that you have been able to deliver that are a match for the role that you're interviewing for. Because employers, at the end of the day, they cannot guess. They need to hear from you the specific stories of how you were able to deliver the results that they might see in your resume. They're going to need that validation from you to firmly believe that you are able to deliver similar results for them. So you want to practice talking about your accomplishments and state the facts. That's really what you're doing. You are sharing the facts and the specific actions that you took to deliver those outcomes. So make sure that you start small here and build some momentum. Your entire interview performance is not going to change in one day. You want to pick some areas of improvement that feel like they are the best areas for you to improve and start to improve them one at a time, one interview at a time, and watch your interview performance transform. Remember, you're not getting passed over because you're not qualified. You simply need to show up as someone who knows their value and owns their value. Your experience is amazing and your interview performance just needs to match it. These strategies are part of the work that we do with our clients that help them land amazing offers. So I invite you to subscribe to my channel to be notified when I share new videos. And if you'd like to explore what it might be like to improve your performance by working one-on-one with me, I invite you to book a call. You'll see a link in the description below to do that. I hope to meet you soon.